Welcome back to Blue's Clues Retrospective Show, where we talk about Blue's Clues retrospectives. We give our retrospective on Blue's Clues episodes.
No.
Because Blue's Clues can't be here to do it, because unfortunately, Blue is a dog, and he's way past his prime and his life limit.
That's not going to be the intro. I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's so unfortunate, because I've been keeping that a part of me in my mind and soul for days.
That's so unfortunate because I'm the one with the final edit, so...
But Blue needs to be recognized.
Hello and welcome to This Is Why We're Not Okay, the only show about Blue's Clues. And that's my joke that I made, and I didn't steal it from Abby.
That was my idea! And you took it from me. You took that from me.
It's been a minute. We missed an episode this year.
Yeah, we did.
We missed an episode because my mother was in the hospital getting part of her body removed. They removed her heart, and she doesn't need it anymore.
She's ascended to a higher plane.
Yeah. I actually don't know if she wants me to say what happened, so I won't.
Oh, she got her wrist removed because she can't stop flicking it.
Yeah, they actually removed they took out her eyes and replaced them. You know what? Actually, I can't finish that joke because any visual I say will just be disgusting, and I can't bring myself to follow it up. So we're moving on.
I'll follow it up. She got her eyes replaced with oysters. Anyways.
Oysters.
Yeah, she got her eyes replaced with oysters. They do wonders for the eyes. They have omega in them.
That's epic.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's real.
Anyways,
it's been a wild couple weeks.
Yeah.
I have here a couple things I want to talk about.
Okay.
How was your day? We'll talk about your day first. How was your day?
My day was kind of weird because I'm working this whole week.
Yeah.
And I was working with the dogs because apparently the lead up to any boarding facility for animals, the lead up to Easter weekend is apparently very hectic. And this is the calm before the storm, so to speak.
People are traveling provinces, right? So they'd be dropping animals off at like shelters for the week and stuff.
Yeah, at their shelters, yeah. Not at the doggy daycare. They're dropping their dogs off at the shelter. But yeah, basically what happens is people don't want to deal with their fucking dogs over the holidays, so they drop them off.
Which can be fair, honestly.
Yeah, it's just right now is the calm before the storm. So today was surprisingly uneventful, with other than the fact of I bathed 2 dogs because it's so wet and muddy outside still because everything is thawing. And they both shook twice in the bathroom that I had cleaned hours prior.
Ugh.
So my efforts were in vain.
Oh, woof.
So that was...
No pun intended, am I
yeah.
right, folks? Anyway.
I would call out these dogs, but if their owners hear this
do a call out on the podcast. We're starting a beef with 2 random dogs.
Yeah.
That's the beef.
Yeah, I'm starting beef with 2 random dogs that have wronged me. But yeah, that happened, and what else? A few other things that I don't really want to talk about on the pod because I don't know how they're gonna turn out right now. But we can talk about it later.
Fair.
We can talk about it later. But basically, other thing, I am kind of super behind on my classes, and so I need to get a fire under me because I have like 2.5 units left before the final exam, and I need to fucking power through it as fast as I fucking can.
How about this?
What?
If you do not get all your work done by the time you come back out here to visit in the summer and we record our Flubber podcast, if you don't have all that work done, if you didn't stay on top of it, I am going to make the thumbnail a raw photo of your dogs.
Nah, of my dogs?
Unedited, just feet in
Oh.
the thumbnail.
Of my feet.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
No.
Don't threaten me with
You'll
a good
become
time.
unhireable.
Oh, shit.
So you said in your resume, and we looked up your name online.
But I don't have a name online. That's the thing, though. No one knows my
true.
true name.
Our
Joseph
names aren't
Smith.
Abby and Aubrey. We didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Aubrey.
I'm Josephina Smith. I'm Joseph Smith's daughter.
Nope, that's not true.
That is totally true.
Joseph Smith's daughter would still be like a couple 100 years old.
Yeah, and I'm timeless.
Okay. Here we are with the daughter of the founder of Mormonism.
Hell yeah.
I have today 2 scientific newses that have happened.
Yeah, what's up?
First one. Do you want the kind of interesting one or the really fucking stupid one first?
Let's hear the really fucking stupid one first.
Okay. Okay. So, pyramids. You know them, you love them.
Okay.
A lot of people get really weird about the pyramids.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy-wise.
Yeah.
There was a group of Italian scientists
Yeah.
who honestly use some really cool tech, and I don't fully understand it. I don't really know how it works fully. I am just a layperson. This is like third-hand information you're getting right now.
Okay.
Basically what it is, though, is it's taking an ultrasound of the Earth from a satellite. To use the way that Mini Minuteman described it on YouTube. Just steal his verbiage. It's not... The technology they're using is called SRAs, I believe. And it's not very good at looking below, like, super far below the surface of the Earth. But it's really good at surface-level imaging.
Okay.
They used that image to capture the photo I'm sending you right now and the photo I'm putting up on screen. This heat map of the pyramids, the surface of the pyramids, right?
Okay, so what are we looking at this right now? This is a heat map, an infrared thermal map of like the pyramids from a bird's eye view, or from like
yes, the pyramids from a bird's eye view and directly below them.
Okay, so this
the
isn't...
heat is taking into account not just surface, but also what's directly below the surface.
Okay, so this isn't like a photo taken from the surface of the Earth where you can see there's like the horizon in the middle. This is directly below aerial view of the pyramids.
This was taken from 6,000 kilometers in the sky by a satellite.
That's crazy. Continue.
Yeah, it's cool. There's not a real consensus on what this data means right now. Some scientists think the data is just junk and should be all thrown out. Some scientists think that the satellite may have glitched or bugged in some way and this isn't real data. Others believe it could be showing an air pocket or a cave system below the pyramids of Giza that we did not know about before. Some people think there could be some kind of structure down there. It's all really up in the air right now, and there's going to be a lot of people looking into it.
Okay.
What the people who did the image thought it is, and I'm sending you 2 images right now that I will put up on the pod, they believed that what we are seeing is 8 2-kilometer long Tesla coils that are responsible for generating power, and that the Pyramid of Khufu in Giza is in fact an ancient power plant. So if you'll direct your attention to the images I've just sent you, that is what they believe is underneath the Pyramid of Giza.
They think they are electrical coils that are beneath the pyramids that are generating power.
They think there are 2 massive batteries and 8 massive power coils directly below the pyramid. And this was picked up by... So here's how it got to the public, right? These 2 Italian scientists gave not a peer-reviewed lecture or any kind of paper about this. They immediately did a press release where one of the only journalists invited was an employee of fucking InfoWars.
Okay.
And then Alex Jones talked about it. And then Joe Rogan talked about it. And here we are.
Well, that's clearly misinformation, but that's also really fucking
Yep.
funny. So, okay. So to recap, they immediately did a press release where they speculated on what is beneath the pyramids.
Yes, they immediately
Which
did
they
an
said-
unwarranted press release where they wildly speculated about nonsense.
Where they included the idea that there were 8 of these power coils with 2 fucking batteries attached to them
Yes.
is what could be below the pyramids.
Yep.
From what they said.
So I want to know what you think about this. Like, where do you fall? Do you think this is true?
I absolutely do not think that's true. I think that would be, like, if Discovery Channel was still doing, like, fucking Ancient Aliens or some shit, and they got a hold of this, it'd be a wrap. It'd be a fucking wrap.
I got some news for you. History still is doing Ancient Aliens. They are on their 13th season this year.
Or, like, Discovery Channel or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, History Channel is still publishing episodes of Ancient Aliens. They've been doing it continuously. They are on season 14 right now, I believe.
14 or 13?
14. I was wrong.
Okay.
It's 14.
Okay.
They're on season 14. So they're definitely going to be talking about this shit.
Okay. So, are the, like... Okay, so obviously, the cooler... Or, like, the cooler it is, the more blue or darker it is on that spectrum. And the lighter colors...
Yeah?
The lighter colors, like the yellow and red, I'm assuming mean that that's where it's hotter.
I'm not fully sure what this data shows, but a lot of scientists also aren't fully sure what the data shows. So...
To me, that just shows, like, because I don't know what... Specifically, I don't know the placements of the fucking pyramids in this picture.
Yeah.
If they're... Or what structures are around, or... What the fuck ever.
So,
this image is just showing, like, there are concentrated areas where there's... Spots are just hotter. That could mean that, like... This could be a image that's representing, like, oh, this is a forest, and there are clearings in these forests where they absorb more heat, which means the ground is actually getting sun contact and is getting hotter. So those hotter spots just means that there are clearings. Like, it could mean a bunch of shit.
So here's the real kicker, right? The
What?
first diagram that I sent you that has a bunch of random numbers all over it, right?
The first diagram?
You see that one? Yeah, the first one I sent you that has a bunch of random numbers all over it.
You sent me 3.
The second one, then.
Oh,
The one with the random number bubbles and everything, where I was like, what do those correspond to? They don't correspond to anything, because this image was generated partially or wholly by artificial intelligence.
I just had a feeling you were gonna say that.
Yeah. So the groundbreaking research, if you ever see any images of this in the wild, they are not real. They are made up by a robot. Anyway, here's an image of how long these coils are compared to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. You tell me if that you think this makes fucking sense to you. That the ancient Egyptians bore down 943 meters into the earth.
No.
Is this like...
Are they speculating that that's how deep that this is?
Yes.
Okay, so pseudoscience has made a
shit.
Yeah, like mainstream that's out the window. Pseudoscience has made a comeback in the last 5 years.
Pseudoscience is the best thing in the world, I think.
Yeah, and conspiracy theories. Here's the thing, though. Another TSA or whatever. Other thing that I want to mention in terms of
PSA.
PSA. Yeah, PSA that I want to get out there for people. Yeah, public service announcement. This is going to be the exact same thing that's happening right now with quote unquote megalodon proof. No. I am so fucking serious because people actually think that the megalodon is like somewhere in the Marianas Trench, but like you need to understand.
Me, I know.
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
Sharks are endothermic. which means they generate heat. And if they generate their own heat, that requires calories, which means they need a steady source of food. In order to get that food, they need to be around mainstream areas where there are a lot of fish commonly seen. And you know where there isn't a whole lot of fish?
The Marianas Trench.
Or food? Is the Marianas fucking Trench. And guess
Just
the fuck
a megalodon.
what? Yeah, like fucking megalodon shit. But the thing is, people are gonna say like, oh, but there was video of a fucking megalodon seen by a cruise ship or whatever off the coast of Massachusetts. Bitch, that was a fucking basking shark.
Yeah.
That was a basking
There was also
shark.
Discovery Channel made fake evidence of megalodon for their Shark Week one year. They
Yeah,
did,
that
like,
was in
a pseudo doc called like Megalodon whatever.
Yeah, that was in 2009.
Yeah.
The thing is, they used a guy, like, they said that, like, oh, this is a marine biologist. Like, no, he's an actor. Yeah. That guy is an actor. And he was been on podcasts recently talking about these sightings, and it's like, he's a fucking actor. He's not actually a marine biologist, guys.
You also, here's the thing that I don't get. The Marianas Trench is 2,000 times deeper than the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It is so unfathomably deep. You think the megalodon lives at the bottom of the trench and then swims up every day to get food and then goes back down? You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah,
There's
plus,
no way.
there isn't, I would assume, well, I'm not a marine biologist, nor am I an actor, but I would like to say I have, I would like to say I would have common sense enough to understand the basics of how life works. There's probably not a whole lot of oxygen down there for such a huge ass fucking shark.
Yeah, no.
If that makes sense.
That's... Sharks and dolphins need air. They don't just breathe water all the time.
Yeah, it's sort of like...
wait,
what?
do sharks
What?
eat air? I actually don't know.
No. You're...
I actually don't know.
Okay, no. They absorb the air bubbles into their gills, and they breathe the air bubbles that are in the water.
Yeah.
I know that, like, mollusks and, like, clams and stuff, they inhale or consume oxygenated water, get the air from the water, and then they exert the deoxygenated water. That's what clams and, like, mollusks and other, like not fish but seawater species do. But
Interesting.
I don't know if that's specifically what fish or dolphins or sharks do. But basically they need to breathe, and there's a lot better places to get that from instead of the Marianas Trench. And plus, don't you think that with a big ass shark like that, because, you know, the megalodon is said to be like, what? My immediate thought was 600
Very
meters.
Big. 200 kilometers. So that's 100 times the size of the Burj Khalifa.
No. What? No, a megalodon. No. 50 to 60 feet. So 50 to 60 feet is like 18 meters.
Yeah.
So that's a giant ass shark. So basically, don't you think there would be more proof of sightings or
Yes.
or more recent evidence of these creatures? Like, let's use our heads here, guys.
That's one thing that I wanted to say about the Giza power plant theory as well.
Let's use our heads here, guys.
Yes, but it's also cool. So take for granted that the theory is true, right? And
Sure.
there are 8 massive energy generating coils beneath the Pyramid of Giza, right? What
Yeah.
the fuck was using the power?
Yeah, like what's what's the batteries
What were
powering?
they using the power for? They're fucking copper tools? They were ancient Egypt. They didn't have anything that needed power. What the fuck are you talking about? How did...
Like,
It's so nothing. It's so nothing of a conspiracy
the batteries
theory.
were probably powering their fucking ancient Egyptian satellites to contact the aliens or some shit.
Their ancient Egyptian Cybertruck.
Oh my god.
It's just a Palatine shaped like a Cybertruck, but they still need the slaves to carry it anyway.
Oh god. And guess what? The Cybertruck, exactly the same shape as it was like however many thousands of years ago when they first invented the Cybertruck. It's
Absolutely.
the exact... They have not learned anything. Elon Musk, he's actually an alien. That's the conspiracy.
We did an archaeological dig in the Pyramid of Giza, and we found a fully intact Cybertruck.
Yeah. Someone drove their Cybertruck into there.
Mr. Beast! Mr. Beast went to the pyramids.
For what? Like a challenge?
Yeah, he did a whole video where he got permission from the government. First of all, he asked the government, hey, do you mind if I go to the Pyramid of Giza to film a video inside the pyramid? And they said, absolutely, go for it. You have our blessing. And then he tweeted out, me and KSI and Logan Paul are going to Egypt. And then the Egyptian government posted, Logan Paul has officially been banned from entering the country of Egypt.
That is so funny. They probably
so
thought
Logan Paul didn't get to go.
I love the fact that they probably thought that they'd like that Logan Paul would probably be like filming like dead mummies or dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah. Mr. Beast left a shitty little plastic Mr. Beast toy inside the pyramid, by the way, as well.
Why?
Because he said, there's a lot of rumors that there's gold in here. I don't know if that's true, but there is now. And he left a golden Mr. Beast toy.
Shut
he basically
the fuck
just
up.
left garbage in the pyramid of
Yeah, the sacred
Giza.
ancient historical site. Just leave a piece of fucking plastic in there. Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. It's awful.
I
don't know why they allowed him in.
Be
like,
better.
It's insane.
Be better, government of Egypt.
It's almost like the government of Egypt is a brutal military dictatorship. That's crazy.
Yeah, take better care of history, please. That'd be great.
Yeah.
This is just a little side note. I have never liked Mr. Beast. Like, but even before, like, he
No.
fucking blew the fuck up, I never liked him. I never
hated
liked
Mr.
him.
Beast,
I
and
didn't like him then,
despise him now.
and I don't like him now. He is,
He-
capitalism. He is, like, late-stage capitalism, like... He's basically, what the fuck is that guy's name from the Hunger Games? Caesar Flickerman. He's like,
Oh, God.
our version of a Caesar Flickerman. Like,
I wish he was that flamboyant, though.
Yeah, I wish he was at least fun to watch. Basically...
I was told that democracy dying would be fun and whimsical, and this is not whimsical at all. This is just mean.
Caesar Flickerman made me at least excited about seeing the games. Mr. Beast does not do that. I didn't want to see some mediocre white dude with a man beard thinking about, I put $1 million inside of this bear bag. I tossed it into the river. We have to get 14 of these poor-ass immigrants to go find it or some shit. Something weird. Like, what?
Beast games.
No. No Beast games. The only Beast games are the games going on. No. No. The only games. The only Beast games are the only ones going on in the bedroom. Hey!
The Beast games were the friends we made along the way.
Shut the hell up. If I wanted
The second piece of scientific news that I had for you, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll give you the misleading version first. They de-extincted the direwolf.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, the misleading and inaccurate version that the company who did it has been portraying is that they've brought the direwolf back from the dead and are going to reintroduce it into the wild to fill the niche that it left behind. The real actual thing they did was they gene manipulated a greyhound to make it as big as a direwolf would have been. And they're not going to reintroduce it to the wild because that would be fucking insane because the direwolf went extinct 2,500 years ago. They are not going to be doing that. That would be ridiculous to do that.
So then what the hell are they going to do with those wolf pups?
I don't know. If I had to guess, bear with me, it's an American company. If I had to guess, they are going to sell them to rich people as a luxury item.
Yeah. This might sound like a weird, dumb thing to ask, but, like, wouldn't they want to, like, put them in a fucking sanctuary or some shit? Like, why can't they be released into the wild? Because if they're still wolves...
Well, like, no, they're greyhounds. They're domesticated dogs that they've made bigger. And the thing is, there is no ecological niche that the direwolf can fill in the United States anymore because the direwolf went extinct 2,500 years ago.
You can just say 2,500.
The ecology that existed when the direwolf was around no longer exists. There's no need for the direwolf. And there are like species right now who are endangered who need our help more than the direwolf does. Yeah. So is it cool? Is it cool that we have genetically engineered a dog to be the size of a wolf or to be the size of a horse? Yes, it's very cool. And I'm happy that we've done it. But
also don't.
There's better things we could be doing with our time. And the people who did it are being like really pretentious and like our work is this is groundbreaking de-extinction work, but it's not de-extinction. It's not really. It's unclear if de-extinction is even a thing that we could possibly do.
Well, no, I also heard stuff that they were like, oh, next is the woolly mammoth.
Oh, God.
No, seriously.
No, next is not the woolly mammoth. They're not gonna... I hope... There is no need for the woolly mammoth in the world. It's also... They were correct in the video that they produced in that, the average person does hear we've de-extincted blank and immediately think Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So that is a concern, just a little, but you know.
That's weird.
Hank Green did a really good video about it that I watched, and I processed like half of what he was saying, so I have to rewatch it.
Hank Green?
Hank Green.
Like
Science Boy.
Hank Green?
Yeah.
Like on TikTok or YouTube?
On YouTube, he did like a 20-minute video about the revival of the dire wolf and how it wasn't really that, but it's definitely an interesting watch. I'm glad that we now have dogs the size of horses. I think it's very funny and cool. But we
he updated. He updated where he said, like, it's the latest video. He's like, fixing my dire wolf mistake.
Oh, we made a mistake. Well, we should fucking kill him, I guess.
Anyone who has been proven wrong or has shown them that they're wrong should die. I mean, in that case, a lot of people in power today would be dead.
That's all I had for the science updates. My quote-unquote science updates, you know. One of them was a brazen conspiracy theory, and the other was just kind of like
one of them was kind of science.
One of them is kind of science. One of them's cool.
I mean, genetic modification is technically science.
Yeah.
It's not very useful in this context, but yeah. Technically it is.
I also wanted to give an update about AI.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Because we were talking about it last time. You're a fan of Studio Ghibli, correct?
I am, very much.
Ghibli? How do you say it?
I go in between. I use both.
Okay. Somebody made an AI program the same way that early on, and it like painted the way that AI images look forever now. Somebody made a Pixarifier, right, where it like makes you look like a Pixar character.
Oh, like you take a picture of yourself and it turns you into a Pixar character.
Yeah, somebody did that, but for Studio Ghibli instead.
Okay.
And oh my god, what's his name? The creator of a lot of the movies there, like the guy that everybody knows. Miyazaki did a statement where he said that AI is abysmal in all contexts and he despises it, and they have sent the creator of the AI program a cease and desist, where if he does not comply, they're going to sue him for copyright infringement.
You know what? Good for him. That's interesting. I would love to see them.
AI is going to go through a very rough patch, it looks like.
I love when we interrupt each other.
Sorry. Fuck. It's been too long since we've done this.
We do this all the time.
We haven't done this in 3 weeks.
God. How are we going to do this? Okay. But basically, yeah. I love seeing that happen because honestly, here's the thing. Miyazaki's got a lot of flaws. Himself. He has made an empire out of Studio Ghibli. However, I understand that he has his flaws, but he is very much entitled to totally sue the absolute fuck out of whoever the fuck that is doing that AI shit. So I'm rooting for Ghibli. I'm rooting for Studio Ghibli.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. I have another thing planned, but I'll let you take the floor for a little bit.
I don't really have much in terms of talking about it, but this is something I've been like researching just a little bit. Okay, so I have, especially with all the crazy shit that's been going on the last what?
Yeah.
Like 5 fucking months.
Yep.
For some reason, this piqued my interest. It's basically, I was interested about, like, how people's porn preferences change with world events.
Very interesting starting to this conversation.
Yes. Okay. So, if I can just find my shit.
I'm very into learning about that stuff. Like the study of, I can never remember what it's called, but the study of kink and fetish and like how it develops is always been very, very interesting to me.
As a mod, like I always usually just hear stuff like, oh, it's like genetic. It's like a hereditary thing. And I'm like, I don't really want to think about that.
Like when you're like 10 and you're watching a movie and you see a girl sit on a cake, and then like a random spark in your brain goes off at the exact wrong moment, and then that's your thing forever.
Yeah.
Like that's how genuinely it just works. Is some people just see a thing when they start hitting puberty, and then that's just it. That's it. You're done. You can only be attracted to women sitting on cakes now, and that's just how it works. And that's so deeply fascinating.
Yeah.
More interesting than ancient Egypt, quite frankly.
Pretty much. The thing is, I haven't been able to get any, like, accurate type of data for 2025. I've only been able to really find stuff for, like, 2024.
Yeah.
So, like, let's start off with Canada first.
Mm. Is this the Pornhub map that they would publish?
Sort of. Like, the year in review of whatever it is they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, for Canada, MILF is still the reigning search term.
That's strange, but sure.
Uh-huh. Second highest was hentai, followed by Asian. Asian beat lesbian from last year, so.
Yeah. Interesting. That's probably because BC and the prairies specifically have a very, very large Asian population.
Yes.
And And also, Toronto is full of a bunch of loser nerds who watch hentai, I guess.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, slightly
just
newer... Can I speak,
Project
please?
onto entire social groups of people right now, by the way.
Hello! What? Anyways.
Yeah.
There are other new trends that were coming up last year, like, the term dominant woman skyrocketed by, like, 886%.
Very interesting.
And big natural chubby went up by 764%. And quote unquote really old MILF went up by 657%.
Okay.
So very specific niches.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Big naturals chubby, it's my time.
Absolutely.
I am become meme.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Here's something interesting about Canada, though. On average, Canadians spend 10 minutes and 26 seconds per visit on Pornhub. Or you just using porn, I think. It's either Pornhub or just regular, just whatever website for porn. That places this country 4th worldwide in terms of engagement time.
Hell
and
yeah.
It puts us above the global average of 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Canadians last longer, I guess.
Yeah. What I find interesting is that Pornhub sees the highest traffic around 11 p.m. and midnight, and Mondays were the most popular days.
Interesting.
So I'm not quite sure what that says about us, guys.
Get home from work at 11 p.m. Welp.
It's time to get out the old laptop.
It's time.
It's our time. It's our time. It's our time.
That's fascinating.
Time to claw the curtains.
That's actually interesting. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been finding like a few things about 2025. I don't know if they're like actually data-ified. Whatever. Yeah. One of them is whatever the hell erotic escapism is.
Erotic escapism. That's interesting. That's
something
an interesting
about
concept.
like using like your imagination, like one of it's like reading smut or something. I'm not quite sure what that's defined as.
Interesting.
Interests have gone up this year, including that is also sexual wellness retreats.
Interesting. Well, let me be clear. Like, sexual wellness stuff is all well and good, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, sex positive, like, do what you gotta do type of thing, type of vibe is what I'm trying to foster here. But, like, a lot of them can be scams or scam adjacent, the same way that, like, mental wellness shit can be scam and scam adjacent. The same way it's co-opted by rich people and turned into, like, a lifestyle. So you do have to be a little careful about certain things. Especially, like, a retreat. That feels like that's prime
cult shit.
Targeting vulnerable people for non-consensual, like, dubious consensual sex stuff. That feels strange to me.
Yeah, it does. Other things, there are like these like what you call them? Not prophesized, but
the prophecy for
where it's like, oh, we looked at all the data and this is what we guess is what people are going to be into.
Predicting.
Predicting.
The
Not
prophecy
prophesized.
tells of a chubby MILF with big naturals.
Well, in that case, the prophecy foretells a lot of AI powered interactions in terms of porn.
No.
VR porn.
No.
With physical haptic feedback.
What the fuck?
As well as what the hell is it? Social VR and virtual intimacy, as long as predicted long-distance relationships in VR, which is probably something that's already been happening.
Dude, we're
But,
so fucked. As a species, we're so fucked.
Yeah, but...
Like, AI-powered porn, VR sex toys. Dude, just get a fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, go to a bar and talk to people. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
I could download a hookup app and try to hook up with a girl or a guy. Or I could buy a robot to strap to my face. That's so strange. And I'm not even shitting on long distance relationships, but like there's no substitute for like an actual in-person relationship. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. There are also different predictions in terms of like porn searches for this year. Another one, I don't know the definitions of these. I'm sure it's in the name, I guess.
Just go to Urban Dictionary for it after the show.
Yeah. Okay, so one of them is sobergasms. So like having sex and achieving orgasm without alcohol, because there's that
fetish that's just like the norm, I thought.
Yeah, but apparently a lot of people think that that's going to be like a more regular occurrence because of like Gen Z and their like propriety for not drinking as much.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Let's see.
That feels very millennial to like name. That feels like quirky wine aunt to be like, I had sex and I wasn't even drunk that time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, it feels like the default is like, I don't know, are we weird? I feel like.
I mean.
Drinking. I feel like having sex sober is like the norm.
Yeah. What was the other one? It was, what the fuck? Where is it? Christ.
Is that the name of the category?
Of what?
The name of the category is What the Fuck, Where Is It, Christ?
Yeah, pretty much.
How much Jesus porn do you think there is?
There's probably way too much. Whether it's like actually like religious people who are trying to get away with watching porn and Google, be like, no, I'm having sex with Jesus, or like people who are just trolling.
You say that. That's so funny because the most searched porn term for like 8 years in a row in Utah has been Mormon.
Oh, God.
Every year, the most searched term in Utah is Mormon. So they're literally, people are logging into Pornhub and looking up Mormon porn. It's a thing. It's a thing.
That is so fucked.
I don't understand it, but it's a thing.
Oh my god. Okay, I found it. There is predictions of there being an increase in chastity fetishes, or in the chastity fetish. Or of things like related to it, like edging or orgasm denial. Or it's coined Locktober.
Locktober.
Yeah,
Dude.
like your chastity belt.
Okay.
Something stupid like that shit.
I'm telling on myself to say that I've known about Locktober for like 4 years.
Jesus Christ.
It's like look, in the subreddits that I run in, I'm in a lot of queer and very sex positive subreddits.
Sure, yeah.
A lot of queer and like groups where that stuff, talking about that stuff's okay, and it's like it's a thing. It's been a thing for a while.
Well, this is news to me. This is very much news. This is. I'm not gay enough. How dare you?
You're not gay.
I'm not gay enough.
Be like, I just reveal myself as super biphobic.
Oh my
That's
god.
the podcast.
Oh, I'm not gay enough. That's great. I'm bi, but I'm not fully gay enough to be fully recognized by any community.
Dude,
that's
hating bi people is so fucking funny to me. Because how can you do that? You're a gay person, and you're like, oh, that person likes both of them. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So what? I like to double dip. Get fucked.
Being biphobic as a gay person is fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's also that whole thing of, like, the gay community, for some reason, is also a little bit mean, can also be a little bit mean to women and a little bit mean to, like, people of color, just a little bit.
Yeah, it
Because
can.
there are trends where it's, like, people, I don't know why, but it's, like, people think that, like, gay people are, like, super accepting of, like, women or people of color, like, 100% hands down, which is a nice thought. And I do know gay people that are accepting of both.
We're more likely to be.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The same way there are shitty straight people, would you believe that there's also shitty gay people?
Yeah, there's shitty gay people too.
Who could have thought? There's shitty people of all stripes.
I mean, who would have thought that there would have been misogynistic gay men? That's a thing.
How are you gonna suck a dick and also hate women? That's crazy.
Yeah. How are you going to be attracted to men, but then, like, be all like,
you're literally
oh my god,
jobs.
I don't want to date a person with a different color scheme as me.
It's nuts.
That's crazy. I don't make it make sense. I don't understand. A lot of that just seems like personal issues of, like, closeted stuff of, like, for, like, gay people. But that's I don't know. It's a person by person thing, I guess. I don't know the social cues and backstories to what makes people fucking like that, especially if they're already in a marginalized group like homosexuals.
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't make sense.
Dude, you know what doesn't make sense?
What?
Being hateful in any way.
I mean, I have been hateful. I was hateful yesterday when I was driving into Walmart and I saw the perfect spot to park from afar, and I was about to turn to park. Someone left a fucking left a cart in the middle of the parking spot. And I was so hateful. I wanted to rage. I wanted to toss that cart and put it in front of someone's car and just watch them rage, you know? I had hate in my heart that day.
That's what I do. What I always do is I put the shopping cart, like, on top of another person's car.
Yeah, that'll make them hateful. And then for some reason I was hateful towards the fire department because I found a different spot to park. But then, like, a fire truck pulled up into the parking lot and they parked diagonally in the parking lot. Like, they took up 4 spaces.
Oh my fucking...
in the back end of the parking lot. But still, I was like, what the actual fuck? And then I ran into the firefighters at the self-checkout, and I kind of wanted to be super petty and just say, nice parking job out there, guys. Or, like, whatever. Like, I've been super heated lately.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes being a petty bitch is sometimes all you need to heal. And that's my philosophy corner.
The philosophy corner. Everything is a corner of some variety.
Yeah. There's no curves at all. You're not gonna take that? You're not gonna...
I don't even know, man.
Turn that into a joke?
No, I'm just looking at the next segment coming up and I'm dreading it.
Well, I've already gone through my whole segment, so...
Oh, joy. Speaking of kink...
Oh, God.
If you may remember our final show of the year, last year...
Yeah.
I talked about a little DC comic called The Harley Quinn Silent But Deadly Fartacular.
Oh, God, I remember... Oh, no.
Well, it came out.
Oh, Jesus.
And I ordered a physical copy, and it's still in the mail. as of recording. It should get here tomorrow. Editor's note. It did in fact get here the very next day after recording. So I have it now. Great.
Jesus Christ.
But I've read it. I went online. I found something online and I read it. And oh my fucking god.
Also, before we get into it, what are the odds that when that gets to your house tomorrow and you open up the book, what are the odds that a huge wet fart just blasts you in the face from the inside of the book?
So here's the thing. Here's the really funny thing.
What?
It's Scratch and Sniff.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
They don't have Scratch and Sniffs on any menu in the world, and yet they put Scratch and Sniff on a Harley Quinn fart comic?
They included a Scratch and Sniff tab that smells like Harley Quinn's fart.
God, they are really going in for the kinky, fucked up people.
I'll give my quick, 2-minute review here before I get into, a play-by-play of what this comic is, because I took notes.
That's great. You took notes.
My quick 2-minute review. This comic is for no one and should be consumed by no one.
Okay.
I am ashamed that I will have one in my home soon enough. It is a hellish piece of media that should have never seen the light of day. Half of it is the most corporate LOL, gross out humor, fart equal funny, let's appeal to kids with potty humor type of shit I've ever seen in my life. It's
okay.
The most generic, soulless, humorless fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And the other half is straight up porn.
Okay, so half of it is porn. Another half of it is corporate shit, capitalist shit.
Mm-hmm. It's no bueno. It's not good. It's genuinely the worst comic I've ever read in my life.
Dear God. Does it even have a story?
Yes.
God.
And I've read the New 52 Batman and Robin comic where Batman kidnaps Dick Grayson and tortures him for 2 days.
What? I don't. What? I haven't heard of that.
It's not New 52. It's called All-Star Batman and Robin. It's a fucking abysmal comic. It's so bad. Batman just he whips at his dick and fucks 3 different women for no reason.
What?
He fucks Catwoman and Black Canary.
What the hell?
And he there's a scene. I'm getting distracted, but I need to tell you about this. There's a scene in All-Star Batman and Robin where Batman breaks the spine of a criminal and then starts maniacally laughing like the Joker. And he's like, I fucking love this job.
What the, what the actual
happening?
Fuck? What the fuck was that comic called?
It's called All-Star Batman and Robin. There's the Joker's in it for 1 issue, and he has a henchman who is a
you're just
German
talking
woman.
about the series.
No, yeah. It's a 7 comic run called All-Star Batman and Robin.
Okay, I thought you were referring to just one specific comic from that series.
No, there's a Joker. The Joker shows up for 1 issue, and he has a sidekick named Olga who has swastika pasties over her nipples.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking crazy. But that's not the bad comic we're talking about today. You've distracted me. We're talking about the one where Harley Quinn is a fart fetish.
Oh, God.
I'm barely exaggerating when I say that.
How bad is it?
The comic starts in Poison Ivy's suburban little house that they have for some reason.
Okay.
And when watering her plants, Ivy lets a little fart out. I hate describing this. This is so vile. And then Harley Quinn begs her to do it again because she wants a sniff.
No.
And obviously that's weird. And Poison Ivy leaves. And then Harley Quinn does a big fart. And that's the first 2 pages.
What?
Yeah. And then there is a very strange scene where she stabs a man in the neck with an ice cream cone and leaves him to die in a garbage pail.
Okay.
And it's from this incident where she finds a flyer leading to the Gotham Museum of Art. Except it's been renamed the Gotham Museum of Fart.
Fuck
and they're
off.
doing a Farts Through History selection.
Oh, God.
And she goes there. I didn't write down the name. Did I? James Joyce, the poet, is the first. I don't know why this issue references James Joyce so much.
Who the hell's James Joyce?
He's a poet. He's an English poet. Or a Scottish poet. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Scots, don't kill me. I'm sorry.
They'll kill you.
I called him English for like half a second and I'm going to get crucified for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you did it a second time.
James Joyce, they show letters he wrote to his wife, and they talk about... They say the line, "I could smell her fart in a room of farting women," which is a really funny visual, I think.
Is
Not
that
the
an
way they
actual
intended.
line?
Yes.
That's an actual line from the poem.
Yeah. And then Harley Quinn decides the best thing to do is to break into the Gotham Museum at night and steal these love letters and show them to Ivy, and that will repair their relationship somehow. This is unclear what her motivation is, honestly. So she does that. She hides inside of the mouth of a giant bronze bull who is also shitting. It's like the statue of the bronze bull they have outside of Wall Street, except the bull is farting, and they have like a bronze fart coming out of it.
Oh, okay.
And it's really bad. And she goes to steal them. And then the main villain of the comic shows up. And she's just like a Dutch woman dressed like an 1800s Dutch person with wooden clogs.
Oh, Christ.
I don't even think they give her a name.
They probably named her Dutch Oven or some shit.
Oh my god, that's exactly the joke. Oh my fucking god, I hate these guys. Oh my
god.
God.
That's fucking hilarious. You didn't catch that?
No, I didn't.
Catch it.
I didn't catch it. That's fucking
Dutch
awful, though.
Oven.
Oh
Dutch
my
oven.
god, that's so bad.
Here comes the Dutch oven, bitch.
Anyway, she shows up and says, oh my god, let me find... I'm actually skimming through the comic right now on my computer as well, just looking at some of these images. She shows up and reveals that the pages of the letter are actually cursed. Oh no.
Okay.
And she says the line, I would not lie, we Dutch are very honest.
Fuck off.
Which is why I must tell you, you look like a stripper if a stripper was a baby.
What the hell?
And then Harley Quinn says, "Aw shucks, that's exactly what I was going for." And I read that and I was like, that's a really fucking weird line to write and then have a character in universe go like, hell yeah. I do appeal to pedophiles, thank you.
Oh god.
It's like so weird to write for DC to acknowledge that. That's so strange to me.
For a
she
moment,
tells a story.
For a moment, I thought you were. Yeah. For a moment, I thought you were gonna say, she tells Harley, she's like, in order to uncurse the pages, you must fart on them.
No, it's actually worse because they get in a fight where. Oh my god, I'm looking at the panel now. They literally do call her Dutch Oven. Oh my fucking god!
That's awesome.
I hate this. They get into a fight where the Dutch lady farts fireballs.
Oh my
Harley
god.
Quinn. And then they reference cool guys don't look at explosions. Like the meme from 2008.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Anyway, the lady uses her farts like a jetpack and flies away. And she farts fire, apparently.
I feel
And
like
then
this was an unfortunate twist to, like, how do we appeal to 12-year-old boys? Farts.
It's just so bad. Yeah, farts and big boob lady, and that's it. It's just so weird. Anyway, we're fighting Batman now. We hard cut, and Poison Ivy is in the midst of fighting Batman, and they are arguing.
Over what?
About farts, of course. And Harley Quinn says something about the patriarchy.
What?
And she's like holding Batman down. She says, "Don't give in to the patriarchy, babe." And then Batman says, "I don't care what you do with your bodies as long as it isn't against the law." And then Poison Ivy kicks him in the jaw and says, "Men make the laws." And it's like, that's based, but why are we talking about this in the Harley Quinn fart comic?
Okay, that's pretty based. I like that. I like that.
It's based, but why are we talking about it?
I don't care what you do with your bodies as long as it's not against the law. Which,
Yeah, and then a big,
I am the law. Or, no,
big Venus
men make the
flytrap.
law.
A big Venus flytrap is about to bite Batman's face off. And then Harley Quinn farts so hard that the Venus flytrap disintegrates into ash.
What?
I'll put a picture. I don't even know if I can put a picture of this in the YouTube video. This is like fetish content. I don't know what I can show.
Here, send it to me, and then I'll judge to see if it's worth putting on.
I'll Discord screen share it. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me just see. Let me see what this is. Let me see. Hold on. What is this? What the fuck?
Sure.
Wait, scroll up. Scroll up.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I hope you like seeing Batman, by the way, because this is the last panel that he's in. We never see or hear from Batman again after this.
Oh, God.
It's really awesome. It's really awesome.
Ivy calls her a curse.
We get forward in the thing, and Harley Quinn farts, and you can see here that she is heating up fondue with her fart.
Okay.
And it's really awful. And then this panel definitely read as, like, fetishy to me, where she's like, okay, wow, I can taste it. That read as, like weird fart shit to me. I hated that.
Dear God. Wait, why was she sneaking in?
She wants to fight the Dutch lady because of the curse or something?
What?
I'm unclear. I'm unclear what's happening. I read this twice, and I still don't fucking know what's going on. Harley Quinn breaks the fourth wall by talking to the editor's note, and I don't know if that's a thing that she can do normally. But she does it here. So
is she stealing a staple gun?
She's stealing a staple gun. I'm going to stop screen sharing so I can describe without the distraction of the images being there. I'll put up images in the edit, and I'll send you some if I find them, like, really vile. Anyway, she staples her asshole shut.
What?
She uses the staple gun to staple her butt cheeks shut.
No.
Kind of.
No.
And then she farts so bad that she lights the building on fire.
Oh my God.
And then she puts the fire out and then gets hit in the head with a champagne cork and passes out. And then she has a nightmare where she is talking with Scottish poet James Joyce. And James Joyce is... I'm actually going to screen share again for half a second to show you this double page spread where James Joyce has his nose up her ass.
Hold on.
Like,
no!
She is just in there.
Jesus Christ.
And then they are bathing in a pool of beans. And then Harley Quinn says the line, "How did a freak like you get to be one of the world's most famous writers? If I talked like that, they'd put me behind bars." And then James Joyce, celebrated Scottish poet, responds with, "Isn't it obvious? I'm a white man."
Dear God.
And it's like, yeah, we could have that discussion. That's a valid discussion. But why the fuck are we talking about it in the Harley Quinn fart comic?
Jesus Christ.
It's so bizarre. Anyway, she meets up with Plastic Man. And Plastic Man is here now. And then there's a full page where she just uses like puns about farts. That's it. They use like 20 of them.
Oh God.
She says, "I need to clean up on aisle me," which is really fucking stupid. I can read all of them out for you if you want. If you want, I could just I can just go through and read this whole page, and I will right now.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying no.
Anyway, her solution. So what's happening is she needs a way to sneak up on the Dutch lady without farting and giving away that she is sneaking up on her, right?
Yeah.
So she wears Plastic Man like a suit and then farts inside of him.
No. This is too much.
So it's like also inflation porn. She's like waddling around with a massive...
There's no way that's a thing.
Fart.
This is awful.
Hold on.
This is all awful. I hate this.
I keep cutting a screen share because I don't want to spoil it for you. But so you'll see...
I don't care. But believe me when I say I do not care about being spoiled about the Harley Quinn fart comic.
No, I want to be able to tell you. I don't want you to read ahead. And so as you can see from these panels, she does in fact fart inside of Plastic Man.
Oh my God.
I'm unsure why he's here. I just wrote in my notes, she wears him, parentheses, yes, I'm serious, and farts in him, parentheses, what the fuck?
No, this is over.
Is what I wrote in my initial reading.
This is over.
She sneaks in, and Plastic Man
dies.
Unsniffs her farts, where he, like, pushes the farts out through his nose, and it's so gross. Anyway, just moving forward, Plastic Man farts, and that's awesome. And then Dutch lady flies away. Oh God, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. Anyway, Plastic Man is hitting on the Dutch fart lady now.
Oh my... This is awful. I hate this.
Yeah, so it's implied that Plastic Man has, like, a fart fetish in this, and it's really weird. But it's also implied that Harley Quinn has a fart fetish as well. Harley Quinn uses uwu speak as well, and she says she's wee wee sawi. And
to
it's
who?
Awesome. To Poison Ivy. Anyway, there's like a weird message about love or whatever for these last pages. And it's weird. And they kiss, and it's epic, and then she farts, and it's not epic. And then Harley Quinn farts a song.
No. This has to stop.
And then Zatanna shows up, who I've been told is a staple Batman character, but I've never heard of her before.
Really? You don't know Zatanna?
I'm not a huge DC person.
I mean, neither am I, but I know who that is.
She casts a magic spell to try and cure Harley Quinn's curse. But it turns out it's not a curse, and she's just lactose intolerant now.
That's already a curse if you ask some people.
And that's the comic. And it ends with Ivy saying, "Hey, I know what would cheer you up," and then she farts. And then that's the end of the comic.
God damn it. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it?
Fucking weird.
Don't you just love it when women in pop culture are not sexualized? Don't you just love it?
It's so weird. I don't even know if this is intentional sexualization, but it really
You think that wasn't intentional? You think that wasn't intentional?
Here's the thing. I don't know if it's intentional, but it's really hard to read it as any other way.
Can you see the front cover of the comic?
Yeah, it's the image that I used in our thumbnail.
Okay. Who is the author? Who are the authors? Who are the authors?
Let me look. Oh yeah, this comic also advertises for a new series of Green Lantern comics
That's
that
cool.
are starting.
Who are the authors?
Let me see.
Are they men?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
The authors are formatted in a way where I can't really tell what their fucking names are.
How is that
Let me
possible?
look it up. Harley Quinn fart authors. Yeah, it only shows their... Oh my god. There are so many of them.
So many authors?
Joan Starter, Ted Brandt, Rose Stein, Marissa Louise. So those are 2 women, at least.
This makes me sick.
It does. The physical book comes with a scratch and sniff pad as well. It was supposed to be here already. It was supposed to be here for this podcast, but it didn't arrive. Next time it comes, I guess I'll do a live podcast review.
You
of
will
the
do
scratch
no
and sniff.
such
I don't
thing.
know. I'm gonna get it laminated and framed.
This
I think.
segment has already gone on way too long, and I am sickened. I am angry once more and filled with hate.
So this is the worst comic I've ever read in my life.
This sounds like the worst comic ever.
I've read the comic where Batman teams up with FaZe Clan to defeat Mr. Freeze. I've read the comic where Superman teams up with Jared Fogle from Subway.
Oh god.
I got all of these recommendations for awful comics from the YouTube channel Hugbees.
Of course you did. Hugbees? Yeah, the How It's Made guy.
Yeah, the How It's Really Made guy who just lies about shit.
Yeah.
He did a full video where it was just like just explaining how Oreos are made, like fully and genuinely, and it ends with the Hydrox logo showing it, and he's like, "That's how you make fucking Hydrox? Ew! What the fuck?" That was a funny bit that he did.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Numinos one.
Oh, that was his Numinos.
Numinos?
That's
what
what it
the
is.
fuck?
He's a good guy, I think. I don't really know him, but he makes funny content.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the Harley Quinn Silent But Deadly Fartacular issue 1. Let's pray to fucking Jesus that it stays in issue 1.
Yeah, I will not survive.
And that we never hear from these characters again.
I will not survive if I see more of that. Which is so unfortunate because Ivy and Harley Quinn are should be such complex characters. And they have completely fucked them in this comic.
Well, the Harley Quinn show on Adult Swim, right? That was really popular. That really solidified them as like a relationship pair.
Yeah, but they're also good characters on their
really
own.
good.
They're also really good characters too on their own. But that's a good show. First off, that's a good show. Second, I get it. But in this context of making them like a couple in this comic, that's fine. It's just everything about the
DC, why is she farting? For the love of God, why is she farting?
Too much.
It's the worst comic I've ever read in my life.
This is the worst.
That's just how it is.
This is a controversy worse than when people were arguing online about whether Batman gives head to Catwoman or not. Like, seriously, this is the worst controversy.
Well, does he?
No, he does.
Would he? Why?
Okay, because someone made a joke about like he doesn't like eat pussy because of like his trauma or some shit. Something like that, and then it got
his trauma.
something about his parents dying in the alleyway or something. I don't know.
My parents were killed by a vagina.
My dad died looking at a vagina. No.
That's so fucking crazy.
I don't know, but like it got super heated on Twitter and Tumblr and online and shit to the point where to where DC made a statement online on Twitter where it was like, no. He gets off getting people off, right? Okay, so like they basically just confirmed like, no, he likes giving pleasure to women.
Oh my god.
Okay, and he gets pleasure from like eating them out. And like the last sentence they said was, so in short, Batman eats it good and licks that pussy just like he should.
Oh my god.
That's
yeah. My god.
That was just a dumb controversy. This is actually actually blasphemy to these characters.
There are so many better controversies.
And I don't have the
Do you think
energy to go through this.
Do you think Mario would jaywalk?
No, I'm actually so done. I am so tired. I can't.
What the hell?
I don't have the energy to go through our what ifs anymore. Like,
do you think Kirby would jaywalk?
No. You think Harley Quinn would wear Kirby to fart in?
Oh god.
And with that, we
Mouthful
must end this. We have to end this episode. I'm so done. This has to stop. I need to stop.
Oh dear god.
This needs to end, please.
All of history has been leading up to this one moment.
I need to stop. I need to stop recording. I need to stop.
Okay, we need to do the outro then. We need to do the outro.
I have to stop.
Do the outro that we always do, the same one that we always do all the time, always. Do the outro. We always do it.
Don't worry guys. Farting doesn't kill you directly. It just kills you on the inside.
I've been Aubrey.
I've been Abby.
I fucking hate this show. We should stop doing it.
We should end all of this. We should.
Holy shit.
This should be our last episode, and then we should fart, and then that's the last you ever hear of us.
Welcome to the canonical final episode of This Is Why We're Not Okay.
Yeah, the
I will
episode
never speak to Abby again.
where the fartacular comic makes me kill myself.
When is the fartacular episode of our podcast coming out?
Never. If I have any say in it, it will never be.
Holy shit. Oh my god.